Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Dave and Ray's Projects Around. I'm not sure where this video is going to fall in the series that we have started, and you've probably already seen the intro, but this is our ongoing effort to remodel, finish the remodeling on the house. We're going to finish the upstairs, we're going to do the family room. You'll be seeing those videos if you haven't seen them already. But today's episode, we're going to be installing some outlets in a house, or in our bedroom. This house was built in 1936, and they had old knob and tube in there, and they didn't put any outlets in, or very few. This room was retrofitted with one outlet behind the dresser when we purchased the house. And I put one in years ago, and I'll show you here, or Ray will show you real quick. I put this one in here years ago. So we'll go through this, explain to you guys what we're going to do. All right, so today we're going to remove this. As you guys can see, it gets snipped on, it gets broken in, and it's a hazard the way it is right now. So that's going to be eliminated. We'll put a cap on this so it'll no longer be there. I'm going to put an outlet right below the window here because we have a window unit that goes in here. Sorry about the glare. There's a window air conditioning unit that goes in here, and I don't want the cord running forever. So we'll put one in here. Over in this corner right here, we're going to put an outlet as well. That will have the USB jacks in it. And then we'll probably put an outlet over here, also with USB jacks in it, so you can plug in your electronic devices. Now, as you can see that extension cord comes out from underneath my wife's dresser. In behind this dresser, and it's kind of hard to see with the light, it will show you, is a 2-gang 4-outlet box. And this is what we were using to run night lights and lamps and stuff in this room. So we're going to eliminate that and put some outlets in here. Alright, so what we're going to do now, the first thing we're going to do is disconnect the power to this outlet downstairs. Alright guys, so we're down in the basement, and you can see, like most basements, there's cobwebs in it. This is an unfinished basement, so it's got some cobwebs that have grown. There is the bottom of the floor box. And the Romex comes over here into this junction box. So we're going to pull this apart and disconnect this one right here. Okay, without disconnecting the power. Should be able to do that. If we need to, we can just come over here to the panel box and turn it off. I don't know.
It looks like you should be able to put them there.
Alright, so guys, take you off of here. Here's the inside of our box. So I have to find out what breaker this goes to. We'll go ahead and kill that breaker. They do a very good job putting things together in there. We'll get this all fixed. Alright, I got everything taken out of that. What I did, I just took these and wrapped them around the water lines. These are supplies to the workbench down here. Part of our series is we're going to be replacing this 100 amp panel box, for the okay? We're going to replace this panel box, which is a Square D QO, let me think, Square D QO 100 amp 20 space box, 20 spaces, and we're going to replace it. I've already purchased it. And boy, has the price of electrical gone up, but I purchased a 32 space panel box. So we're going to be replacing that, and when we do, we're going to label things correctly. So we found that it was space 19, and if you can look, that breaker is now off, but there's nothing there written there. So Ray and I have this wire here, goes up to the box. We'll clip that off and get it out of there. And this is our power supply, and we're going to make a new junction box and use this power supply for the bedroom, which is right above us, and then we'll write it on the panel box. So stay tuned. We'll get a few things cut out here, and I'll be right back. All right, so we'll go ahead and take this out now that we've got it all disconnected. All right, now it's time to put an old work box in. Okay, this is also a deep well box, and it will attach to 7/8 of an inch thickness. So my wife wanted, she has a stand that goes here in the corner, because the bed usually goes on this wall, and she's got a nightstand that right here. We're going to come out 28, and then we'll come up 12 inches and put it right there. That way she can easily access the plug, so she can charge her phone, stuff like that. Show you, we showed you the first one. There's no sense in showing you the next two cut out, but we're going to cut two more out and then we'll go down to the basement. All right, so here I am down in the basement drilling a hole up through the sill plate. We're going to drill it right up into the spot that we cut in the wall so we could put an old work box in. So here in just a moment you'll see me pulling the wire up. And what we're going to do is just put a standard outlet in here. We are going to use different outlets in the rest of the room, the ones that allow you to plug in your smartphone or other electronic device so you can charge directly off of it. It's got that USB port on it. So here I'm talking about the wire we're going to use. It's 12-2. It's used with a 20 amp breaker. I'll tell you what, the cost of wire has gone through the roof. I believe, if memory serves me correctly, that cost me $152 for 250 feet. Just a year ago, it was half that price. Inflation has gotten terrible. All right, we fished the two wires up, and we ran it back through the cold air return down to here. It's this one right here. We will now pull this insulation off and drill a hole up into the other outlet area. All right, so when Ray comes back downstairs, we'll get that drilled. That'll be fun going through that mess, huh? So I was not right at all. It was miserable trying to get drilled up there. What they had done is there was a floor joist and then the rim joist, which left a gap of about 4.5 inches in between those, the rim joist and the floor joist. And I was trying to get up into that location. It was a nightmare. Couldn't get up there, couldn't go from the bottom up. We would drill and nothing was happening. Finally, I got through it. I could tell because plaster had come down. I was all happy, yelling, "Hey, we did it!" And then I found out that we had drilled through the floor. What a knucklehead. Success! Alright, so this is my power supply coming in. This one goes over to that box over there. We'll tie that together and then go to that last box. Make everything the same size. Yeah, and these are, by the way, the tamper resistant. So both the prongs have to go in at the same time for it to open up. This keeps little kids from, sticking crap in there and hurting or killing themselves. But it says TR here, tamper resistant. Not tamper proof, tamper resistant. Alright, so why don't we show you doing a pigtail on this one, because we're going to be plugging an AC into this, and then the other ones will just run the wire under the nut and then run it over. So let's make a pigtail out of this. Okay. 12 gauge wire, got 3, so we're going to use a red wire nut. So over here on this outlet and that one over here, we're going to use these that have the USB data, so you can hook your iPhone or your Droid or whatever device you're using and supply power without having to go into the cord. This one we did here because we're going to hook the air conditioner to this one. All right, so we're going to get them all made up. The other two made up. You don't need to see that, and then we'll show you when we're all done. All right, that took a little bit, but that one's in. That one's in, and that one's in. Let's go turn on the breakers and make sure. All right, let's give it a try. It is number 19, first floor outlets, and it didn't pop, so we must have done something right. All right, let's go try them out. No better way to test it than with the vacuum cleaner. All right, guys, all I got to do is clean it up, put the bed back in here. So if you enjoyed this, you like it, thought it was even halfway decent, give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe and smash that like button. Thanks for joining us.